I spent a concerning amount of time staring at the results of the poll, trying to think of a good story for me to tell, and all I could think of was, my life is boring. This is probably a story that many of you can relate to, because this is about my fear of needles. The first time I remember having to take a needle was this mandatory vaccination in middle school. This wasn't for COVID or anything, this was just the general take your shot so you don't die of disease needle. So my whole class got called down to take this needle and we all stood in a line outside the clinic. The more I waited in line, the worse I started to feel. My head was feeling like it was mutating into a sponge, my vision was just getting darker and darker, and all the voices around me started sounding like I was underwater, and finally, I was struggling to maintain feeling in my limbs. Oh, right, and I was also in mild pain, because, I was going into this funny little thing called shock. Finally, it was my turn to go inside. So I stood up and I walked over to the table they had set up for check-in. What is your name? Huh? What? Your name? Tilia? What? Speak louder, sweetie. My name is Tilia. Alright, Tilia, you can head over to the area over there, just to your right. Ma'am, I don't feel so good. After getting the attention of other nurses and stuff, they quickly set up a mattress for me to lie down on and a stool to elevate my feet. I was told that I wouldn't get my shot that day and they'd delay it so I'd take it another time. Probably because they really didn't want to deal with someone fainting on their hands. But you know what? In that moment, it was like a blessing of angels had befallen me. Next time, back for the next round of shots, I was lining up and guess what? Shock time, baby! And I recognized the symptoms and was genuinely feeling pain from it too, which absolutely sucks because the irony is that going into shock hurt more than the actual needle. Doctors saw me and were like, oh, are you okay? You don't have to take the needle now, we can reschedule. But I just wanted to get this over with. Now, more recently, I had to take my COVID vaccine. I was sitting in a chair as this lady was getting ready to stab me, and she was checking my file, preparing the torture weapon, you know, the usual, when I got asked if I wanted to lay down for the shot. I was a bit thrown, like, that's sweet, but I didn't even know that was an option. And she went to give me the needle, and she kept asking me questions, and I'm just trying to lock myself in my own subconsciousness so I don't have to focus on the needle. But because she keeps asking me questions and it's really distracting, and I know she's trying to distract me from the pain, but all that does is freak me out more. So, what breed is your dog? Norfolk Terrier? That was worse than going into shock. Finally, fast forward to wait, no. That was 2 years ago. I was so prepared to say something like a few months ago, but nope, that was 2 years ago. Man, I am old. Now, this was actually for the extra shot I missed. I had to go to my family doctor to take this vaccine. I'm sitting on the table, ready to get stabbed, and he's all ready to stab me, and then he goes on his computer for a few moments, and then he turns back to me. And suddenly he's all, hey, are you sure you don't want to lie down for this? And are you feeling okay? Can you see all right? And I was so caught off guard because literally a second ago he was ready to stab me and now he's interrogating me? And it only hit me after leaving the clinic that, wait, he was checking my file. Is it possible that one of the doctors from back in middle school left something on my file, like prone to fainting during needles? And now whenever some doctor sees the file, they start going, oh no, I don't want an unconscious body in my office. What if someone thinks I committed a murder? Yeah, so I was beginning to suspect, but those suspicions were much confirmed for the last shot I had. So I'm sitting in the chair, lady is ready, leaves to check a few more things online, comes back and is suddenly mothering me. Are you sure you're feeling all right? Let's get you to lie down. And in my head, I'm thinking, aha, there is something in my file somewhere. She gets me to lie down in the side room that looks like it's for people on their deathbed. Accurate. And the whole time she's checking up on me with my symptoms and making sure I was okay. This was all very sweet and thoughtful of my doctors, but mostly I felt like they were terrified of dealing with an unconscious body in their clinic. Oh my god, what happened? No. The less I know, the better. Don't worry, I'll get you out of this. I have experience. And just like that, we're clean. I hope you enjoyed the story time. Very different video than usual, but I hope it was fun. I certainly had fun making it. If you want more of this in the future, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have a good day or night.